That's the situation in the final round of the 1986 Buick Open. Doug Toole at -17, Ed Fiore at 16, and a lot of people very close. This is back at 13, and Ben Crenshaw with a chance to hit the green.
Crenshaw at 16 under. This has been an eagle hole for a lot of players. Pat, a chance to go at the green in 2. He has an iron.
4 iron.
210 yards, we're told. You can see the bunkers right and left, and there's water to the right. And right away you see he doesn't like it. It's going left. And look what happens here.
Only 1 off the lead, but under that tree is almost impossible.
You wonder yourself sometimes, one lonely tree, how can it be?
Here is his 3rd shot.
Left-handed. How about that shot?
Yeah, pretty good left-handed for Ben Crenshaw. He's just 1 off the lead, held by Doug Toole at the moment.
CBS Sports proudly presents the PGA Tour from the Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club in Grand Blanc, Michigan. CBS Sports presents the 1986 Buick Open, sponsored by Buick and your Buick dealers. For comfort, innovation, and a real commitment to quality, it's today's Buicks. Prudential Bates Securities, rock solid, market wide. And by IBM and the growing family of IBM personal computers.
Welcome to Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club and the 1986 Buick Open. The first tournament to offer $100,000 in purse money. And it has a gracious history, many prestigious names. Weather conditions today as we head into the final round, 88 degrees, the temperature, humidity 63%. Wind north-northeast 5 to 10 miles an hour. The forecast partly sunny. Right now, we're going out to 15 and pick up the action.
Our leader, Doug Toole, from the middle of the fairway, 185 yards. Probably a 4 iron. In fact, he's gone with a 5, put it on the front of the green, a hole you just want to make par and go to the next tee. Toole began the round at 11 under, has picked up 6 shots to par, and has taken a 1-shot lead at 17 under par to 13.
And Ben Crenshaw, after that quite remarkable recovery from underneath the tree, has this putt to tie the lead. And having played a stroke like that, Ken Venturi, sometimes you think this fate takes a hand, and this might have been a winning stroke.
Well, he went under that tree, Ben, and there are not very many players that can hit the ball left-handed, let alone hit it right-handed from there. But to hit that shot, that's one of the most miraculous shots I've ever seen in this situation.
One of your tips, incidentally.
No, not my tip. I can't hit it left-handed. I hit it backhanded.
Whoops. Now, there's a marauding insect that has momentarily untracked Ben Crenshaw. This putt will move fractionally to Ben's left, if anything at all. But that was a remarkable birdie, and it ties the lead at 17 under par with Doug Toole. Ben Crenshaw making a remarkable comeback from fearful thyroid trouble.
Up in the morning, gotta get going, no time to waste, gotta be on your way.
It's one of those days when you're glad you have a Skylark, the front-wheel drive sedan from Buick. It's versatile, and it's roomy, and it gets you where you're going in typical Buick fashion. Skylark, a little sedan and a lot of Buick.
Skylark, 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 wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
Well, Ed and I are here in New York City, and have found it to be a truly friendly place. Hey, buddy, why don't you watch where you're going?
Where else could you be for such a little while and still have people already think of you as a buddy? Well, that just proves that warm human feelings are the same everywhere, including the appreciation of true quality in a wine cooler. We'll keep you posted on how the Bartles and James sales are going, and thank you once more for your support.
Hard work is the key to success on the PGA Tour. Not only out here, but behind the scenes as well. Hard work is nothing new to the thousands of volunteers who donate their time at our tournaments. Their success is measured by the many millions of dollars that the PGA Tour events contribute to charity every year. Here's just one example.
Thanks in part to the annual contributions from the Buick Open, the Easter Seal Society continues to operate the Ruth Mott Learning Garden in Flint, Michigan. The planting area aims to use horticulture to provide learning experiences and increase self-esteem for disabled individuals. The Buick Open also benefits over a dozen other charities, including the Red Cross, Boy Scouts, and Junior Achievement.
All of us on the tour appreciate the efforts of the volunteer workers. Because of them, the real leading money winner on the PGA Tour is charity.
Right now, while we have a moment, let's meet the gentleman who will be reporting the action in today's final round. Jim Nance will be at 14, Steve Melnick at 15, Vern Lundquist and Gary McCord at 16. Ben Wright will be at 17. I'm Pat Summerall, and I'll be at 18, along with our CBS golf analyst, Ken Venturi. And conditions throughout this weekend have been ideal. Scores have been low, but in somewhat of a degree, I'm surprised they're not lower today.
Well, they showed the cut was 3 under par, and that is awfully low for the year. And, of course, the calmness of the wind, the conditions. The first played here at Pat in 1958, and conditions were not that good. And each year, the golf course has gotten better and better. And I don't think the golf course can get any better, but it's a golf course that you can't lay back. What you have to do is you have to go out and make your birdies, because no one's going to fall asleep for you.
And I'd have to guess we just had one made right behind us. We just watched Tom Kite a moment ago hold it from out of the bunker behind the 18th green, and you can hear from the crowd, and there are tremendous galleries on hand, that the enthusiasm as well as the good golf is here.
Well, they're making so many birdies. They're birdie holes, they're eagle holes. They've got 2 holes on the back 9 that are short. That 1 hole you can drive like 13. And the golf course really is getting just the conditions prove that these guys can play lower and lower all the time.
Why, as we sat here and watched the play this morning at 18, which is a 435-yard par 4, why would they be so much longer in the morning than they have been this afternoon?
Well, the wind has died down. A little bit of wind, and it was a following wind, and you go downhill and the ball rolls, and they were hitting like 7, 8, 9 irons. But the course has got a little longer in the afternoon because the wind has died down.
Well, let's go out and pick up the action then at 16.
This is J.C. Snead. Third shot of the par 5 off his first bogey of the day at the 15th hole. That knocked him out of the lead. That's an adequate shot. Back to 15.
Well, Doug Toole looking over a long bid for birdie here, about 35 feet. Toole, who early in the year destroyed the field at Los Angeles when he won there by a full 7 shots. 6 under par today, 17 under in all, and now tied for the lead with Ben Crenshaw. This putt is a lot slower than most players give it credit for being. Awfully good. Doug is easily having his best year ever on tour. He's won over $225,000 already as we go to 14.
And on the tee is Ben Crenshaw.
All right. Yeah.
This green can be driven. Steve Payton did it yesterday, and Crenshaw sets him up in good shape, only 60 yards away. We asked Ben what role his caddy plays for him on the golf course.
He has to be a sounding board. There's no question about it. You have to have some order of release of some tension sometimes. You have to, if you see a shot and you see its result, you have to talk about it with someone. And
Psychologically, it helps to kind of ease the pressure, but he's there to lend support, try to keep you at an even keel, and try not to get too excited and try not to get too low.
So basically, he, instead of selecting clubs for you and yardages, he's somewhat your psychologist out there.
He has to be. He has to be. We're very fragile when we get out there. There's lots of little things that happen that people don't notice, and sometimes we expect the best, and we get what may look like a marginal bounce. It devastates you sometimes.
And let's go to 16.
J.C. Sneed for birdie. Long putt, and he's got to come up over a ridge. And this would put him back into a tie for the lead.
JC's a very good lag putter here, Vern. Oh, that's pretty good lag.
That's a darn good lag.
I think he had more than a lag in mine there. Beautiful putt.
5 under today with birdies at 1, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, and a bogey at 15, and we go back to 14.
And Ben Crenshaw from 60 yards. To think he has played 67 holes this week and has not made a bogey. Didn't make a triple bogey in the first round. No bogeys. Pretty good shot from there, and 10-footer to take the lead by himself. Best finish this year, a tie for 6th at the U.S. Open. Playing with Tom Purcher and Steve Pate, and both of those golfers having a rather tough time today. Pate started at 14. He's now 13 under, and this is Tom Purcher's 3rd shot. He's even today to remain at 14 under for the tournament. That's going to run right through the green. Purcher will have that for par. And let's go to 15.
Davis Love, after another huge drive, has only 170 yards left of this 457-yard par 4. This young man has really caught the eye of not only his fellow players, but the fans here in Michigan. He's currently 2nd to Greg Twiggs in the driving average, which is somewhat of a surprise. Davis Love flew it on the 584-yard par 5 7th today into a slight breeze. Flew it on the green in 2. And speaking of breeze, that's what he's trying to pick up now. He has to be careful with the flyer. The pin's cut right over the bunker. I would suspect he would go in the middle of the green. He's chosen an 8-iron. Plenty of room left. This is not the time to fire at the flag. That came out a lot farther right than he'd hoped. That caught a guy right in the back. But it dropped down just right of the green, which may or may not have been a good break. The gentleman in the dark blue shirt with a dark hat was the one who caught the ball flush in his back. To 14.
And Steve Pate drove this green yesterday. Today came close. This is his 2nd shot. And it runs on past another 8 feet. Pate 1 over today, 13 under for the tournament. Doug Toole and Ben Crenshaw tied for the lead at 17 under. Crenshaw having a 10-footer to take the lead by himself at 14. Ed Fiore on the final hole, just 1 back. And you can see 3 players tied at 16 under. Tom Purcher at 14. Lee Trevino with a good round today. He shot a 68. He's in a group at 13 under par. Some may call that shot on the last hole a stroke of luck, but no doubt it was a stroke of brilliance today. To think that Crenshaw at that point in a round can pull off a shot left-handed. It's not like you practice that very often. Almost makes you wonder if it's not meant to be when you successfully pull off a shot like that. This is for the lead. Will not break much. He's got it. Gentle Ben, with 4 holes to go, has the lead all by himself at 18 under. Doug Toole, 1 back at 17.
An investment firm is only as impressive as it is responsive. It's a go. So when interest rates fell, we looked for new ways for our clients to make money and developed global opportunities like the First Australia Fund, a first of its kind and a way to take advantage of changing markets. While others may imitate it, we're busy surpassing it. If anyone can show you bold new thinking in the business of making money, close it. It's Prudential Page, rock solid, market-wise.
Just when you need it, Buick offers the ideal combination, the financing and the cars that fit your lifestyle. GMAC financing from 5.9% on the Sabre and Century to 6.9% on most other Buicks is the lowest in years. Other finance rates available and will be higher as length of contract increases. Great financing on Somerset, Skylark, Century, Electra, Regal, and Riviera. There's new low financing on them all.
Wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
Guess what thousands of doctors are recommending for women who need extra calcium? Tums. Surprise? It's true. Tums isn't just a great antacid, it's also rich in calcium.
I get nervous if I hear the word computer. No way I could ever use one.
That's how a lot of doctors and nurses felt about personal computers until they got one. And 2 brothers who own a trucking company until they got one. We're IBM. And we've seen some very skeptical people become very enthusiastic. And that makes us proud. Because we have more computers helping more small businesses than anybody. IBM personal computers. Small business is getting big on them.
America's 14-year-old sensation, Christy Phillips, goes up against some of the world's best in the American Cup Gymnastics Championships next weekend on CBS Sports Sunday.
Doug Toole in the fairway at the 16 to 580-yard par 5 second shot, and he has come up safely about 45 yards from the front of the green. Almost mandatory, Gary McCord, that Doug birdie this par 5.
With Ben 1 shot in the lead, he's got to. And Doug couldn't get anywhere near the green. He did not want to bring the trees into play, which line both sides of this fairway. He's going to have about an 80-yard wedge in here. He's a very good wedge player and should get the ball pretty close from there.
And we'll go forward to 17.
Which is playing at 192 yards today. This is J.C. Sneed with a 5-iron.
Come on,
2 off the lead at the moment. And maybe he could have done with 1 more. To the 15th.
Gene Sowers now, after an eagle 2 at the 14th hole, now is at 12 under par, has this 4 birdie.
Get it.
There you go. Gene, you got off to a poor start by 3-putting 2. The first 4 greens has now got it back to 13 under just as he began the day. But the attention, let's go forward to 18.
And Ed Fiore, second shot.
Over the top of the trees, waited a long time for a really line of sight of the scoreboard, and takes it over the trees, puts it on the green pad about 35 feet, and he's 16 under. This could put him tied for second if he makes the putt.
2 days in a row. We go back to 15.
Davis Love waiting as a lot of people from the final group of the day walking up toward the 15th green. Davis takes an unusual method to putts of this length. He looks at a point inside the hole, not the hole itself, but inside the hole. Goes through a routine, takes 1 practice stroke, gets set, looks at the hole, goes.
Jump it.
Yes, sir. Fine par. We asked Davis Love what role his caddy plays in his game.
Well, my caddy's real important to me because I don't trust myself to do the yardages, so I have to have somebody
that I know won't mess it up. Sometimes I start choking on the addition. So somebody that gets the yardages right every time, and somebody that I can trust, and somebody that if I'm unsure about reading a putt, that I know can give me a good read on the greens.
J.C. Sneed retracing his steps back to the front portion of the green for a birdie putt. This one comes from the right to the left. There you see what he's achieved. 7 victories and the better part of $2 million. And now, this to get within 1 of the lead. He pushed it to the 16th.
A little quieter here at 16. This is Doug Toole. 3rd shot on the par 5. Almost too much. But he's in great shape. What a fine shot by Doug Toole, who's a stroke back of Crenshaw. In a 6 birdie, no bogey round thus far. We go to 18.
He had Fiore just a minute ago. After that remarkable shot he hit, that's for birdie.
Can't come any closer than that and not go in the hole, Pat.
Fiore will finish then at minus 16. 2 off the lead held by Ben Crenshaw. We'll be back with more golf action after this message and a word from your local station.
The American family. It's changed a lot. And now, so is the American family car. The front-wheel drive LeSabre sedan from Buick. Sleek and sophisticated, powered by a fuel-injected V6 engine. And though it may not look like a traditional family car, LeSabre offers full room and comfort for 6. LeSabre sedan, the American family car that's changed as much as you have.
Colorado's beautiful Castle Pines Golf Club will play host to a new PGA event coming up on CBS Sports. The top names in golf will compete in a unique format that encourages aggressive play. Points will be awarded for each hole, and at the end of each round, only those in the top half of the field will advance. It promises to be the ultimate in spectator excitement. The International on CBS Sports.
This is CBS.
Never again will the car you've waited all year for be priced so low. It's 86 closeout at your Buick Value Team dealer, and the team is ready. Inventory's high, prices are low, hundreds of powerfully performing 86 Buicks ready to roll. Value-packed Century or LeSabre, sporty Skyhawk or Somerset, luxurious Electra, or the all-new Riviera. Before it's too late, see your Buick Value Team dealer. The right cars, the right equipment at the right price. Yesterday's prices today. From the team, the Buick Value Team.
Brakes going bad? Try stopping at Midas for a free brake inspection. It may save you money in the long run.
Take it to someone you trust.
Here's world champion race driver Bill Seafold.
Next time you're on the water, think before you drink, and don't forget to put on one of these.
When you get in the car and close the door, the next thing you do is make it click.
Saluting our Spirit of Philadelphia Art Contest winners.
Ben Crenshaw at minus 18. Doug Toole at 17. Fiore, Sneed, Davis Love at 16. We go to 15.
Well, the good-looking swing of Tom Pertzer, currently 13 under. Second shot from 185 yards.
Roll.
Very good. This green is awfully firm. Pin is cut very close to that right front bunker. To 17.
J.C. Sneed. You see the sharply etched shadows. He makes his par and remains at 16 under, just 2 off the lead. To the 15th.
Let me go back to the man of the hour and the sentimental choice probably of most of the fans here, Ben Crenshaw. been a long road back for Ben after that Masters win in '84, going with a 6-iron from 180 yards.
Hit the track.
Right on line.
Track.
Very good. There was a time when you could put the pin in the right side of the green, he couldn't find it. Not anymore. To 16.
And the man who's only a stroke back, Doug Toole. And he's got about a 12-footer for birdie.
Vern, this is probably, Doug knows this is his last real good attempt at a birdie that he has to make. The other two he'd like, this one he has to make. It's a putt you want, it's uphill, 8-footer, breaks right to left.